Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I am so glad you're here. Pull up a chair, pour some tea, come sit by me. Let's talk some smack, you guys. Maureen Callahan is back, one of my favorites to take on the dastardly duo. Maybe Freudian slip there, doer. And Ham and Jam, Hank and Skank, whatever we're calling them these days. She's taking them on. She's talking about it. Let's all have some laughs and take a look, shall we? I'm Jen. Honk, everyone. Maureen Callahan from Daily Mail says it's the Mimi Markle tour. Why didn't Meghan find time to mention cancer hit Catherine amid all her self-promo peacocking in Nigeria? Now, before you click off, I don't love this headline either. I don't think she should discuss Catherine, Princess of Wales. I think it's disgusting that her followers do. I was wording it carefully because I would say she encourages them. Maybe that's not the word. But I've heard of cash bonuses. I'm sure you've heard stories as well, allegedly, right? But I have heard awful things said about Catherine by her minions, the lemon rats, you know the ones. And, then she's posing with pictures or for pictures with them. So I would say that's encouraging them. But so I don't think she should mention Catherine at all. But the rest of this article is hilarious. Let's make fun of it. The Mimi Markle tour. That for a royal tour. Definitely not a royal tour. A whiplash 72-hour visit to Nigeria. Can you believe that was only 72 hours? All the stupid outfits, all the money spent, all the obnoxiousness, 72 hours. Saw Harry and Meghan as if on official business, as though they were still working royals. That's exactly what they were pretending to be. Pressing the flesh in pursuit of soft power. I'm sorry, wasn't Megxit spurred in no small part by their desire to avoid such ceremonial drudgeries? By what the gruesome twosome clearly saw is the pointlessness of diplomatic photo ops, ribbon cutting, speeches given in drab rooms to little effect. Can't believe I'm not getting paid for this. Who could forget that? That was what Meghan Markle, during her official 2018 royal tour of Australia, as reported by Valentine Lowe in Courtiers. Although she enjoyed the attention, Lowe wrote, Meghan failed to understand the point of those walkabouts, shaking hands with countless strangers. Walkabouts are looking pretty good right now, aren't they? You know, I'm laughing and thinking about this. Again, I've recapped that entire book. Go listen. It's such a good read. Valentine Lowe. I would say Revenge is still my favorite, but Courtiers was good. And, of course, Lady C's books are great. So check those out as well. But yeah, I think about that too so much. I should be getting paid for this. I kind of obsess about that because her whole life was paid for. She's an ungrateful cow, and so is that spoiled prick she's married to. So, yeah. And then again, Walkabout's looking good, but we just saw they can't even do that. They don't know what they're doing. They pretend like it's a walkabout, but you see these poor little children that are like clearly not wanting to be in the photo, and you got Rick this grinning right down the barrel of the camera. I mean, they appear so chaotic and clueless, and I'm here for it. I'm here to talk about it. Capping a week in which Meghan was absent from the Met Gala, as well as a private star-studded party thrown by her Montecito neighbor, Gwyneth Paltrow. More on that in a bit. Plus Harry's trip to promote in Griftus in the UK, Meghan alighted in Nigeria, her self-proclaimed motherland, to sing her own praises. That is brilliant and excellently said. Yes, that's exactly what one should call a foreign nation when one's husband, a prince of the blood, has just been seemingly shunned by his father, the king, and his entire family in his actual homeland. A country that Meghan has not stepped foot in since the Queen's death, aside from the VIP lounge at Heathrow, where she greeted her husband en route to Africa. And I want to say you guys are the lucky ones because we're stuck with them now. What could we do? What are they going to call us to get shunned from our area? But hey, Meghan's 43% Nigeria, according to her self-reporting, love Maureen, which in her mind makes her Nigeria's people's princess, I guess. Let that sink in. After calling Nigeria my country, does that make her a country person? See what I did there? Ever subtle, Meghan lavished praise upon herself under the guise of complimenting her host nation. What else is new? That's what she does. Of course, no individual quote was directly cited. Perhaps she's learned from her Lion King Mandela debacle. Instead, we get groupthink in the ether. Here was Meghan co-hosting a women in leadership event. Just let that sink in. Think about how she's treated women in a leadership role, such as the Queen, such as Catherine, Princess of Wales, and so many others. Bringing it all back to herself. What has been echoed so much in the past day is, oh, we're not surprised when we found out you were Nigerian. It's a compliment to you because what they define as Nigerian women is brave, resilient, courageous, beautiful. Just when you think Markle's delusions of grandeur have reached peak delulu, day one saw Meghan and Harry speaking to students at a mental health summit. Because when we think of emotional stability and proportionate responses and general healthy, optimistic outlook on life, who among us doesn't think of those two? Meghan offered up her typical garlanded vaggeries. That's quite a way to say that. California sprinkles that mean nothing. Word salad, I think, does best there. You know, every single one of you has a story, she told students at the Late Way Academy. We all have our story. No kidding. And there's no shame in any one of your stories, she blathered on. Even on the hardest days or darkest days, everything is a pillar of your strength by each of you being there. Huh? Being where exactly? Next came a story about Lily, Harry and Meghan's daughter, who's not yet 3. I'm obsessed with this story. I keep talking about it. It's important that we keep talking about it because it's more ridiculousness out of those two. A few weeks ago, Meghan told the students she looked at me and saw her reflection in my eyes. You know, something that an under 3-year-old would be able to realize they were looking at. She said, "Mama, I see myself in you." Oh my God. No, she didn't. The zen of royal toddlers. Nope, I won't say her name. Lily knows what's up. Affirm mommy's greatness at all costs. Push through that limited vocabulary to praise and to pay tribute. You know, something toddlers are known to do. Now, this quick trip, undertaken for the ostensible purpose of promoting Invictus, which Harry just promoted in Britain, meant that Meghan was away from her children on Mother's Day. No matter. It feels appropriate, Meghan said, that although we, of course, as if it goes without saying, because they can't be separated from their kids, even though they're never with the kids, of course, are missing our children. I'm missing my babies. It sounds like a terrible screenplay. It feels very appropriate to be in the motherland and amongst family. If that isn't a slap in the face to King Charles, who was too, quote, busy to see his younger son, and to Prince William, and to Catherine, Princess of Wales, who have all understandably kept a firm distance. Well, what is? You know what is? Taking pictures with the squad members, or the lemon rats, I should say, excuse me, at events throughout this thing. I'd say that's a pretty big slap in the face. All right. Charles and Catherine, of course, are fighting their own cancer battles, yet hardly not a word of kindness from Meghan amid her in-laws' own hardest days or darkest days. Not a nod to everything, but being a pillar of their strength. Remember, everyone, as Meghan always says, be kind. Listen, I've said before, I'll say again, I don't think she should. I don't think she should say a word about either of them because she doesn't know them, and it's none of her business what they're going through in their health struggles. What I am appalled about is that neither of the dastardly duo speaks up about the vicious, vile, relentless online everything from their fan base. They're totally fine with them saying like vile things about especially Catherine, Princess of Wales. They just stand by it and take pictures with them. Back to Meghan's reply during her Socratic exchange with Lily. And yes, I've read this before, but it's so cringe and such bullshit that it bears repeating. Here we go. I thought, yes, I do see me in you. And you see me in you, Meghan told the students. But as I look around this room, I see myself in all of you as well. Isn't that her making it all about her? It's all about her with her interaction with her daughter. It's all about her in this classroom of children. All about her. It is a level of narcissism like I have never seen before, and what keeps me absolutely riveted, fascinated, and frightened. Vintage Markle. Me, 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 me. Have I told you about me? Nobody's asked me about me. It calls to mind all too painfully her acceptance speech at the Miss Foundation Awards last year, which I recorded as a service to humanity. Never forget, Markle entered to the ballroom through a rental car office. Who could forget that? That's our Duchess of Hertz. That gold dress the night of the near catastrophic car chase. Who could forget? Miss, Meghan said in her acceptance speech, was formative in my cocooning. I really thought it said conquering. I thought that was really funny. It piqued my curiosity, and it became the chrysalis for the woman that I would become and that I am today. Oh, really? That woman, the one that's horrible to both family, disowns anybody she can't use to her benefit. Shall I go on? Ignores the African Park situation, is despicable to other women. Do you want to keep continuing? That woman? Equally unhinged was Harry reviewing Nigerian troops, standing at attention as if he hadn't been stripped of his official military titles upon stepping down, as if King Charles hadn't officially named William Colonel-in-Chief of the Army Air Corps, Harry's old unit, and a title he would have otherwise been given, on the very day Harry spoke at St. Paul's last week. And for all the gripes Harry makes about needing taxpayer-funded security in the UK, these two multimillionaires benefited from government-funded security in Nigeria, despite 87 million Nigerians living below the poverty line. But Harry and Meghan, the icons of social justice, let me just choke on that for a little bit, of equity and fairness everywhere. Yeah, right. It's a theater of the absurd at the House Sussex, cosplaying as royals they so otherwise seem to despise. Meghan swanning around in ill-fitting dresses that fairly sweep the floor. Can this woman add a stylist, a tailor, and maybe a speechwriter to her LinkedIn search? Might want to go ahead and put in somebody to check out Archwell while we're doing that. If only Harry and Meghan could have played the long game, it would have been Meghan front and center at most glittering events, generating tons of goodwill, stepping in for sick royals. It would have been Meghan accepting, say, Tom Cruise's outstretched hand next to Top Gun premiere, or sitting in the front row of the BAFTAs, wearing the crown jewels. I get what you're saying, Maureen, and hate to disagree, and I get the joke, but it could never be anybody else but Catherine. Look at her. Oh, I miss her so much. I love her. Alas, it's faux royal with cheese wherever they'll be accepted. Compare this to an event much closer to Meghan's home, a glamorous, invitation-only outdoor dinner thrown by Gwyneth Paltrow at her Montecito estate, celebrating a collaboration between Goop and Italian luxury brand I don't know how to say. Per a Vogue dispatch just before the Met Gala, Gwyneth's guest list included Oprah Winfrey and Ted Sarandos, head of Netflix. Maybe Meghan's invite got lost in the mail. Think about it. Meghan's new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, is a pale, contentless imitation of Gwyneth's Goop. Meghan so wants to be Gwyneth, messy bun and sun-kissed California glamour, mixed with aphoristic, merchandisable self-help. The kicker, Gwyneth isn't even likable, but she's a success nonetheless. If only Meghan could square that circle. How frustrating that must be for her. As for Oprah, well, she's kept her distance ever since Meghan leveled those royal, you-know-what claims, the same ones that Harry backtracked last year. Netflix's, I never say his right. either Sarandos, however you said, effectively canceled Harry and Meghan's reality docuseries, but has greenlit a dubious cooking show hosted by Markle. Awkward cocktail hour chatter that. And Vogue, we talked about this in a separate video. They gave her a cover in that stupid yellow shapeless dress. Gave her a cover, issued that glowing report from Gwyneth's star-studded event, throwing A++++ shade all the way, calling Gwyneth's dinner party a note-perfect evening outdoors surrounded by lemon trees. Ahem. The magazine noted that the meal was keeping in Montecito's reputation as the American Riviera. Ha! Yeah, why did they? I totally picked up on that too. Then why did they give her that? Why did they talk about her yellow dress? I don't. They kind of kissed her ass on the yellow dress thing. I don't get it. Anyway, let's see. If Meghan sent Gwyneth one of her limited edition jarred jams, replete with peeling stickers and bruised lemon surrounds, well, it seems Vogue was kind enough not to mention. As our discount Duchess once said, be grateful for the little things. God, that was well done. Well done, Maureen. Once again, knocking it out of the park. You know, I always love her point of view and how she writes things. I really do. Such a way with words. But yeah, ditto. Everything she said. Feel the same. The only part, like I say, I've been over it. The only part I don't agree with is I don't think she should... I don't think Meghan should ever talk about Catherine, Princess of Wales. I think after everything that she and her followers have done, nope, that should not be a thing anymore. But other than that, I totally agree with you, Maureen. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I love doing articles like this. If you have one you would like me to cover, let me know in the comments. Yeah, we have so much more to talk about, so much more stuff to go over, and I can't wait to talk about it with you. I truly hope you have the best day, and I'll talk to you again soon. I don't know what day this is going up, but I am going to be live, last I heard, with Stephanie on Sunday. I'm stalling to look at the time. Looks like it'll be about 3 p.m. Eastern time, so look for me on Twin Talk with the Sidley twins. You know, I love talking to the twins. I love anytime I get to come over as a guest, and anytime they come on mine. We are recording together soon. I can't wait for that. I'm not even going to spoil what it's about, but you're going to love it. So much good stuff coming up. So check back lots. And thanks, guys, for being here. I hope you have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.